Happy Sunday to all you Razorback fans out there. This is John Nabors coming to you with your Inside Arkansas Devotional here on this beautiful Lord's Day. As the Arkansas Razorbacks lose again here in Arlington in AT&T Stadium in the Southwest Classic for the very final time. It's been a long journey, Razorback fans. It's amazing that in this game, Arkansas finishes 4-10. 4-10 in the Southwest Classic. It was another game that Arkansas had chances to win. It was another game when weird things happened. It was another game that Arkansas led for the majority of the game, or at least was tied for the majority of the game. But one final push, one final play, one final drive for the Aggies put them over the top, and the Razorbacks couldn't come forth with it. Now, a lot of you are probably expecting me to come out here and just be so livid and upset and throwing all that fire and brimstone at all of you of saying just burn down everything, take it all over, blow it up, and let's start all over anew. And you know, I felt that way too. I did. But I do want to come to you with a little bit of a biblical comparison. You know, it's frustrating to see how Arkansas time and time again squandered this game so many times for no reason. I mean, Arkansas, in a lot of cases, was the better team. Arkansas, in a lot of cases, played the better game. But there were always just one or two things that ended up happening to keep the Razorbacks out of it. And as we've talked about, this team, whenever they've won this game against Texas A&M, they've always gone on to have 8 or more wins. But every time they lose, they get 7 or less. And folks, I'm going to be hard-pressed to think that Arkansas does not get 7 or less. I don't see any way it goes 8 or more. And the thing is that Razorback fans, they go into this game and they go into most seasons, and there's a whole lot of things that they just expect. But there's a lot of things that they don't expect. They don't expect too much. And it makes me think of Matthew chapter 25, the parable of the talents. Now, there was a master that gave talents to his servants. He gave 5 talents to one, 2 talents to another, and 1 talent to another. And what ended up happening was that the man with 5 talents went on and traded them in and made 5 talents more. The man with the 2 talents went on, traded them in, and made 2 talents more. But the one man who had 1 talent ended up burying the talent and hiding it, not doing anything with it. So when the master came back and was going to collect, he went to the man with 5 talents and he said, "Good and faithful servant," because he had not squandered the talents that was given to him. He made double with interest. And the master was pleased. Same thing with the 2 talent man. Traded it in, doubled it up. The master was thrilled, said, "My good and faithful servant." But the man with 1 talent, out of fear and out of his own desires, buried the 1 talent. And the master called him a wicked servant and cast him into outer darkness with weeping and gnashing of teeth. Once again, you're probably wondering what in the world does that mean and what does that have to do with the Razorbacks? Well, here's how it is, folks. We see teams like Bama and Georgia and various other teams around the place and around college football that have 5 talents. And time again, they use those 5 talents and they utilize them to be highly successful, winning a lot of games. They do what they're supposed to. But then you see other teams that have 2 talents. You know, the teams that might be good to great. You see the Ole Misses of the world. You see the teams like the Oklahoma States, where they're never really in contention for national championships or anything like that, but They still have been given talents, they've been given something, and they make the most out of it. But Arkansas, you're the one talent man. You're the one talent man. No one's expecting you to go out and with that one talent make 10. No one's expecting you to go out there and to just bring in triple your investment immediately off the bat each and every year. All Razorback fans ask is that with that one talent that you have, to utilize it, to make it worthwhile. So that way, when the time comes for you to present it, you're not casted into outer darkness. You're not going to the place of weeping and gnashing of teeth. You just want to be doing the things and doing the best you can with what you got. Time and time again, Arkansas just keeps burying that talent, hiding, scared of what will happen if they try to use it, scared of themselves, scared of being great, scared of just being good. Razorback fans, you don't expect much. We all want success. Of course, we all would love to have national championships, but we understand there's a reality that we're in. Razorback fans, all you expect is just to be competitive and be good and to make it to where you win more than you lose. I think everybody would have signed up for 7-5 this year. That's not a sign of your expectations being so low and that you're a loser program. That's just a reality. And I think most Razorback fans, I don't want to speak for everybody, but most Razorback fans would have been happy with that. But you can't even get that because you can't even beat the teams that you're in position to beat. You can't take the talents that have been given to you and to utilize them, take advantage of them. You can't even do that. And now, Razorback fans, you constantly feel like you are in the place of outer darkness, that you are in the place of the weeping and gnashing of teeth, and you don't really know how to get out of it. And to be honest, I don't know how to get you out of it either. I wish I did. I mean, is it as simple as just firing everybody and blowing it up? I mean, maybe it is, but I still think there's a lot more to it. Now, for those of you who may be taking this in some sort of negative way, this is not something that is such a negative thing to where if fans are upset, then you're not a good fan or you're not happy or you're not a real Hog fan. You know, something like that I just see so many people like, why you got to be so negative? I mean, people were getting after me yesterday. Why do you have to be so negative about things? Folks, it's not that I'm being negative or that Hog fans are being negative for the sake of being negative. But what it is it's just another great example in the parable of the prodigal son, one of my favorite parables. The prodigal son leaves and goes on his own and just spends all of his inheritance and becomes essentially homeless. He's having to sleep with the pigs, no pun intended. And he's just in a bad place. He has no food, he has no water, he has no shelter, he has no money, he has nothing. He has nothing. And he swallows his pride and he goes back home, and when his father sees him, his father rushes out to him, puts the finest of robes on him, tells all the servants and everybody to kill the fattest calf because we're going to celebrate that because my son was lost and he is now found. Folks, that's what the relationship is like with the Razorback football program and just the Razorback sports in general. When they go through trials and tribulations, when they go through those issues, when they are struggling, when they're bad, no one sits back. And when they see them struggling and when they see them not being very good, laughs at them and mocks them and enjoys that. We want to be like the father when the prodigal son does come home, when the wins start to happen, when the even no matter how nasty of a win it is, no matter how gross of a win it is, no matter how it's prepared or looked or whatever, when it happens, we celebrate. We run to it. We put our greatest of robes on it, and we say, let's celebrate by killing the fattest pig and let's have some barbecue. Let's give us some pork butt with the finest of rub to put on it, and we celebrate. Because we lost. But then we were found. We don't wish for them to be bad. We don't wish for them to be losing. We want to celebrate. But it's up to them. It's up to them to bring it home. We can't do it for them. It's up to them. And we all would be the first to celebrate when it happens. I'll leave you on this note, folks. One of my favorite movies is Of the Dark Knight, and it's a quote that a lot of people use where the night is darkest just before the dawn, and the dawn is coming. I don't know if the night is darkest right now, and I don't know if the rest of the season's going to have any other successes, any other wins, although it's really hard to imagine how that would look. But the dawn is going to come. You're not always going to be stuck in this purgatory of mediocrity or below averageness. I mean, it's not how sports work. Things are cyclical. Things change. Coaches come in and change everything. But what you have to do as a program, you can't do anything about it now for this season. You got who you got. The coaches are who they are. You still got 7 games left in this season, and you still got a lot of tough games at home. You got Tennessee coming to town this week. What you have to do is to take the talent that has been given to you and just do your best with it. Don't squander it. Don't ruin it. Don't hide from it. Don't run from it. Just do the best you can with it. And is it going to mean that you're going to beat a team or go up against a team that has 5 talents and you're going to win every time? No, of course not. But just a matter of taking care of yourself first. Not turning the ball over constantly, not having bad penalties, not having bad calls, not having bad ideas, not calling a timeout and then running fake punts or field goals. It's just not those things. Take what you have, and you have plenty. Take what you have, put it together, and make the most of it. You do that, not going to win you every game, but it'll win most. And right now, that's all Arkansas fans want. They know they can't win all the games, but they want to win most of them. You got 7 games to prove it. It's up to you. Is that what you want? If there are any of you that are struggling out there as Razorback fans that are needing guidance, that are needing help, and are needing to get back on the path, to be able to become that Razorback fan you always known and you loved and enjoyed being, then we can help you. Or if any of those who have yet to become the Razorback fan that you truly wish to be and want to convert to the Razorback faithful, there's a wide path and there's a narrow path. One's easy and one's difficult. You know which one it is. And there's no doubt that the Razorback path is one of the most difficult. But you love the pain. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it in the end. No matter what your needs may be, we can help you, we can guide you, and we can get you going once again as a Razorback fan, as we come now, as we stand and call the Hogs.